Hey computer, can you take a look at this hard drive? It somehow found its way into my pocket the other night.
Let me see. It looks a couple years old. Please, insert it into one of my USB plugs on my left. Scanning now. My analysis says that this hard drive contains some archival videos that Joshua has been working on, but not uploaded publicly yet.
Interesting. Is there a chance that we can make one of them public right now? I think it might help Joshua.
Okay, let's start with this one.
Everyone has lost something precious. Everyone around the world has lost homes, dreams, and friends. Everybody, now COVID is finally dead. Now the world is ours again. Working together, now we can lead new lives for ourselves and make new dreams. And I, Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, am proud and happy that I could spread as much optimism as I could to all of you watchers and subscribers. However, to be honest, I wouldn't have been able to do this without the love, support, encouragement, and inspiration from several important people in my life. And for this video, I'd like to give a thank you and a shout out to these people, letting them know how much I'm grateful to them. Starting with Sean Burgos. I know we haven't interacted with each other during high school that often, but ever since that day we performed together during December 2005, which was kind of when we first met, I knew it was a really big challenge, and it was an honor being your Marley back then. Plus, when I heard that you became a voice actor, I was really proud of you. And I was excited that you got to be part of the Tom and Jerry and Pokemon franchises. I just hope that someday, once I become a screen actor, I might be able to perform with you. And thanks for being one of the most inspirational friends I've ever known. Justin Bernardhead. When you became my friend during La Madera Elementary School, I thought you were the coolest person to ever be friends with. And I'm happy that you introduced me to certain things like Star Trek and Batman and Robin. Also, when I heard that you formed your own independent horror movie studio, I was very impressed, even though I'm still having a hard time finding a way to watch them. But anyway, I'm very happy that you became one of my first closest friends during elementary, and I pray that I can act in one of your future films someday. To Stephen Smead. When we first met in social skills with Mary Anderson, I felt that you were a really fun person to be around, and to this day, I'm proud to consider you as my best friend, even if we don't live in the same state anymore. Plus, I'm happy that we got to play soccer, baseball, and bowling, and act in a few shows at Musical Theater Village together. Plus, I'm glad that you introduced me to Sonic the Hedgehog and Fox McCloud, and I'm grateful that you helped me make friends with several people, like Christopher Haskins, Matt Jarrow, even Scott Addison. Also, I want to thank you for helping me blog the Independence Day films and for helping me create my Nobody Socksaja back in 2006. Anyway, take care, my friend. To Scott Addison, I may not remember how old we were when we first met, but still, you were a great and humorous person to have as a friend. And to this day, I'm glad that we're neighbors, both at the Irvine Spectrum and at Saddleback Ranch Apartments. Also, I really enjoy the times where we would attend Super Bowl with Adam and have dinner with Barbara and Matt. Also, I'd like to thank you for helping me blog films like the 2017 Beauty and the Beast remake, Solo: A Star Wars Story, the 2019 Aladdin remake, and Halloween Kills. And I'm really proud that you became a blogger just like me. Take care, pal. To Jason Roeder, like Scott, I can't remember when we first met, but you were really a great pal back then during our college age at Saddleback. Plus, I'm glad that you described me as a person who has a good sense of right and wrong. And I'd like to thank you for helping me blog How to Train Your Dragon 2 back in 2014, and for helping me write my blog of the disastrous 2014 Annie film. Anyway, I really hope we meet again soon, Jason. Take care. To Daniel Guzman, I gotta say, you were the closest friend I ever had during my junior high age at La Paz, even if your jokes weren't that much funny to me back then. Plus, I'm proud that you became a YouTube pooper, and I'd like to thank you for helping me blog such films like An American Tail, Five Will Goes West, Rockadoodle, the Wreck-It Ralph films, the 2019 Lion King remake, and The Rescuers Down Under. Hopefully someday, I hope you'll be able to help me blog Illumination Sing 2 in the future. To Shelly Terry, when Sabrina and I first joined your church academy at Canyon Hills, now known as Terra Nova, I must say it was lots of fun participating in several different Bible shows with you and the rest of the cast. Also, you really gave me a lot of faith in our Lord God. And to this day, I feel really sad that you moved to Colorado. Still, I want to thank you for everything while you were still here in California, and I just hope you'll come visit me again soon. Take care. To Don Doherty, back during my time studying at La Paz Intermediate, I must say having you as my drama teacher was both fun and pretty challenging for me, and I'm happy that I got to make several friends during your class. Plus, I want to thank you for influencing Sabrina and me to join Musical Theater Village, and I'll never forget the time when you said that I had talent. Reminds me of the time when Dom DeLuise said the same thing to Kermit the Frog during the 1970s. Anyway, I really miss performing with you, and be sure to give my thanks to your kids, Charles and Rory. To Delia, I gotta say that I was really lucky to have you as my babysitter when I was young. You really were a fun person, and your daughter Ashley was really sweet and fun to hang around with at the time. Also, I'm really proud of the beautiful young lady that Ashley has become during her quinceañera back in 2013. I really hope that sooner or later, we might be able to hang out again. I really miss both of you. To Princess Christy, I must say that you were a really fun and spunky person to perform with at your mother, Queen Denise's theater, and I'll never forget the time when you splashed me years ago when you played Princess Winifred in Once Upon a Mattress. It really was funny. Also, You are a great singer, dancer, and director. And nowadays, I'm really proud and happy that you're a mother with a princess of your own. I really hope to soon perform with you again in the future. Take care. To Braulio and Ignacio Ramirez, you two were really awesome guys to hang around with during the last couple years of high school. And while I haven't seen you both in a long time, I'm still impressed that you guys are part werewolf and part vampire. Also, I want to thank you guys for being with me during my grad night at Disneyland back in 2009. To Francine Callahan, I gotta say that you were my absolute favorite teacher during my elementary school age, and over the years, it's been wonderful getting to know you and Miss Ricksecker, along with other teachers that I had, like Miss Bennett, Mrs. Dutcher, Mrs. Schoolman, Miss Johnson, along with Terry Flagg, Miss Behuth, Miss Welty, and Mrs. Graham. Plus, I was happy that I got to see you during my high school and college graduations, and that you and several of the others attended my Eagle Court of Honor. Lastly to mention, I don't know if I ever told you this before, but I consider you as my own Princess Celestia, and I was very happy to be your faithful student back then. To Igor, Andrew, Peter, and Lake, you guys really are awesome to have as close friends while at Vocational Visions. I love having you guys at my place every month for movie nights. Plus, I love joining you guys at the cinemas and at Disneyland. Also to note, I'd like to thank Lake for helping me blog Jurassic World and the Chipmunk Adventure. And Igor, I'm glad to have influenced you to join Musical Theater Village, and thanks for helping me blog the 2020 Mulan film. To the Boy Scouts and leaders of Troop 604, I gotta tell you guys, my coming of age journey with you really has been both an adventure and a challenge, from my first summer camp out at Camp Pahatsi to Camp Pupukea. Also, I want to thank all those who guided, mentored, and inspired me to become a great leader figure, and those who helped me with my Eagle project. And let me tell you, becoming an Eagle Scout was no easy task, but it was still worth it in the end. And I'm sure my late grandfather, Robert Preschold, whom was the only person in my family to become an Eagle Scout before me, would be very proud. To Jody Benson, ever since I was young, you have been a huge inspiration to me and several other autistic folks out there, and your singing is just absolutely amazing. From Ariel to Lady to Toy Story Barbie to Queen Emmeline. Plus, meeting you back in November 2020 was a real dream come true for me. And while I did have a nice 2-minute chat with you, I really wish I could afford more, because there's so much more I wish I could tell you. Also, I must say that your book, Part of My World, is an absolute magnificent read. Lastly to mention, when I heard your Disneyland song from Smile back in 2007, that became my inspiration to want to join the happiest place on earth, no matter what the cost. I really hope you keep inspiring many people and making them happy. Take care, Jody. To Huey Toonmore, ever since I started watching your review show on Mr. Coates' website back in 2011, you, along with South Jersey Sam, the cartoon hero, the hardcore kid, Rowdy C, Jaime Tude, Isaac the Media Hunter, and a few others, became some of my favorite film reviewers ever. And that gave me the inspiration to become a film blogger 2 years later. But anyway, I still think your review series is the best that I've ever watched online. And I gotta tell you, I love animation as much as you or other folks do. Plus, some of my favorite episodes that you've made include The Swan Princess, the Rescuers films, the 1990s Little Engine That Could, the Jungle Book comparison, Winds of Change, Kubo and the Two Strings, Freddy as FR07, the 90s cartoon intros countdown, the villain songs countdown, the 2012 Halloween marathon, and several others. Lastly to note, for some time recently, I've been thinking about collaborating with you in a future episode someday. I'm sure that would be really awesome and fun. But anyway, good luck with your future reviews, and take special care. Aunt Debbie, ever since I was little, I've always felt that you were one of the most special people in my family. And to this day, I still think you're a wonderful godmother. Uncle Robert, while you really knew how to pull off a good tease and prank, I still think you're a fun man. Shane, Ryan, Nick, Katie, I know we haven't seen each other in a long while, but I must say, you four are such fantastic people to have as cousins, and I miss the days when we were young, hung out, and had fun together, whether at church, at grandma's, and at other places. I just hope that we can see each other again in the future. I really miss you guys. Aunt Karen, I just want to say that you're a very special aunt as well, and I like that I have a chiropractor in my family. By the way, I've been telling a lot of people about your job, and I just hope that they can be adjusted by your magical hands. Elizabeth, ever since you were born in 2004, I've always felt that you were a really special person, and I was happy and proud to become your godfather ever since I was 17. And I'm also happy that you're becoming a beautiful, sweet, and smart young lady. And I pray that you'll have a bright and wonderful future. Grandma Joanne, out of all the people in my family, you are the one person who I love the most. You're the sweetest and kindest person ever, and I'm happy that you accept me for who I am. Also, I love the times when you looked after me and Sabrina at your place, and I love the times when we go to the movies together. Also, I love the times when we got to go to lunch with you. Plus, I'm glad that you got to see me perform in several stage musicals with Musical Theater Village, and that you got to see me graduate during high school and college, and that you got to see me become an Eagle Scout of Troop 604. Also, thank you for always being there for me, and take special care. I love you. To my internet pen pals, the movie fan of the movie universe, Bonnie Joy O'Connor from Joy Unicycle, Jonathan Cohen from Jay's Watch, Alpha Lion Simba from Alpha's Animal Kingdom, and the Duke of Arts, you guys are really awesome people. And I'm glad that I got to know you via Facebook, Google Chat, and Instagram. Plus, I really had a blast doing live streams and collabs, and I want to thank Jonathan for introducing me to you back during the early 2020s. And I'd like to thank Bonnie for helping me blog the 2023 Little Mermaid movie. And I look forward to joining you for more future projects. Sabrina, I want to thank you for being the greatest and amazing little sister any BBBFF could ever have. I really loved the days when we were little and when we used to play together and act silly. Also, I never realized that up until a few years recently that I was someone whom you looked up to ever since we were young. And I'm happy to be such an inspirational person to someone like you. Plus, I miss the days when we used to perform together at Musical Theater Village and at Canny Hills Church, and I was proud that we became royals upon joining Musical Theater Village's royal court. And it was a lot of fun when we got to be audience members for 3 episodes of Dance on Sunset. Lastly to mention, I love the times when we traveled to Florida, the United Kingdom, and visit our Italian family in Italy. Lastly to mention, thank you for helping me blog The Little Prince and Into the Woods. Mom and Dad, I must thank you for always being there for me over the years, throughout many challenges, tough assignments, and heavy responsibilities. Plus, I must thank you for helping me become successful when it came to schoolwork and Boy Scout tasks. And thanks for teaching me how to be a good person and for influencing me not to use dirty adult lingo. Lastly, thanks for helping me conquer the cancer that was infecting my femur. To all those who work for Disney, I want to thank all of you for being a really big part of my life. Ever since I was little, I've loved almost everything you folks have done for the Magical Company, from the wonderful films, whether being live action or animated, to the exciting attractions of Disneyland Resort. Plus, I'd like to thank you for teaching me to believe in my dreams, conquer my fears, and accept people for who they are. I really hope that I can join the Disney family someday, because if I could, just imagine how much greater my life could be. I could make millions and millions of people happy, just like Walt did. But until that ever happens, I look forward to more magical surprises that you wonderful people will have in store in the future. Lastly, to all my subscribers and patrons, I want to thank all of you for supporting and watching my videos over the years. You all have given me such awesome support and encouragement, and I like the comments that most of you have been giving on my videos, shorts, and posts. I really hope you folks will continue to watch and support my channel, even after the COVID welder's doom curse terminates my heart. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me again next time. Mustang Power.